Hey guys, Swanton007 here to do another pay-per-view review. The pay-per-view is Vengeance 2003, and I'm going to be doing this review a little differently. Usually I just have, I just write down what I like, something, say Benoit hits a headbutt off the top of the ladder. I'll write that down, and when I come to review, I'll just read it off the paper. I've had a couple of complaints about that I'm really boring and stuff, so I'm going to try and watch the pay-per-views and then review it straight away afterwards. Didn't quite work out this time as I fell asleep during the last match, but I woke up and I watched this match straight away, and I'm going to review this straight away. So the first match of the night is the final match for the vacant US Championship. It was between Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero. This match was a really fun match. Eddie had a lot of his tricks happening. There's this one point where he hit the referee with the US Championship and then chucked it on Benoit and then lied down waiting for the referee to get up, and the referee was knocked out. There was just lots of that sort of stuff. The match ended when Rhino came out and hit the gore. He was friends with Benoit. It looked like he was going to hit the gore on Eddie. Then he hit the gore on Benoit, which was a great turn. I really thought that was really cool to see. But I felt that because it sort of started the US Championship off as it doesn't give the title much credibility. I felt that if this was the first finals match for a tournament, that they really should have put it over as a clean win, not a clean win, but no interruptions, not really overbooked. It should have just been a straight out wrestling match, maybe with some cheating from Eddie Guerrero. Maybe Eddie wins with the frog splash, and then after the match, Rhino comes out and spears Benoit. But what can you do? This is WWE. Overall, I gave this match a 3 3/4 stars. After Rhino hit the gore, Eddie hit the 5-star frog splash in a bit of surprise and won the match. Okay, then we have an indecent proposal match between Billy Gunn and Jamie Noble. The storyline behind this is really Jamie Noble wanted to sleep with Torrie Wilson. He's been offering her money. Torrie Wilson says, "Okay, on Vengeance, if you beat Billy Gunn, I'll sleep with you on SmackDown." So, came up with a bit of interesting storyline. Too bad the match wasn't that great. It was really boring. Nydia came out, interrupted, stopped Noble from winning. This really just fucks Noble altogether, even though he ends up winning. Noble ended up winning with a roll-up. After the match, Torrie was really in shock about it and stuff, and it would lead to a foursome in the end. And Noble's really an underutilized talent, but I don't really know. You can't really push cruiserweights in WWE for some reason. Vince doesn't like them. The only cruiserweight that's really succeeded is Rey Mysterio. But yeah. Okay, so that match I gave 1 1/4 stars. And then we have the APA Invitational Barroom Brawl, which was really it was just a segment. There was no match really to it. But it was really cool because John Morrison's obviously my favourite wrestler. And in the background, he was pretty much in the brawl. Even though he walked off at the beginning of it, he was in it. He was standing there drinking beers, making the whole scene look like it's more packed, and he just walked out at the beginning. But it was really cool just to see him standing around drinking beers. I had a little bit of a mark out moment when I saw that. But really, this was just a whole bunch of dud wrestlers coming in and having a barroom brawl. There was Spanky, who was what was his name? Brian Kendrick, Brother Love, Oh, the Basham brothers. That's all I can really remember. Shona Hair was there or something. But what happened? I don't really remember. They just played on Brother Love, how it was supposed to be about all love and shit, and they ended up knocking him out and crap. And it was a fun match. Bradshaw won it as usual. He went over as the bully face, which is sort of going out at the time, but you know, it was an interesting sort of thing. I've given it an NA. It really should be like, I'm going to change it. I'm going to make it 1.25 stars as well. Because it was fun, it was interesting. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Then we had the match of the night, which is a tag team championship match. WWE Tag Team Championship, by the way, which is a SmackDown one, between the world's greatest tag team versus Billy Kidman and Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio and Billy Kidman used to be a tag team in WCW. This was a great tag team match. I wasn't really into it at the beginning, but as it came towards the end, it really picked up, and it really sort of really just I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it. It's really an unsung match. You don't really hear about it that much. It's one that sort of went under the radar, but some really cool stuff happened. Like when the world's greatest tag team won, they hit the Doomsday by Shelton Benjamin jumping off the top rope, which was not the top rope, by springboarding off the top rope, which was really cool. What was it? There was like I can't remember. They're just a really unsung match. Mysterio and Kidman didn't really end up as much as their team, and Haas and Benjamin were looking at greatness, but then they got broken up a year later. Overall, I gave that match a 4 stars, it's equal to the main event, but I felt that it was a better match overall. Then we have what's this next match? It's a match between Stephanie McMahon and Sable. Really, let's be honest, this wasn't much of a match. It was really boring. Sable got the win when A-Trade came out and hit Stephanie. Nothing much. It was a poor match, let's put it that way. Really shouldn't have been on the card. It was just a bit of a time filler. Because SmackDown was a little, with Edge gone, they short an extra match, which is really how some of this stuff comes up. So, I think I gave that match I'm going to give it a 1 star. Okay, then we'll move on to the next match. John Cena versus The Undertaker. This is really when I believe John Cena really took off as a wrestler, but not as a wrestler, he really took off as a personality, and it really pushed him as a character. I felt this match went way too long. It went for 16 minutes, which I felt that it should have gone for maybe 9 or 10. Like nothing that much really happened. Cena countered a tombstone. Cena hit him with a chain. There was a lot of blood coming out though. But it was interesting seeing Cena before he was the WWE champion and when he was a heel. But it wasn't that interesting. Cena wasn't impressing. I do not like Taker at all. He can't wrestle that well. There are matches that he has where, like against Shawn Michaels, they're the matches of the year. He pulls some good matches out at WrestleMania, but apart from that, he doesn't do much else. It's just popular for his character. By the end of the year, Cena was actually a face because the fans wanted it, and he has not turned back since. So overall, Taker won when Cena posed for Word Life on the top rope and Taker hit the last ride. Overall, I gave that match a 2.5 stars, mainly because of its length. I felt it was too long. Cena wasn't wrestling well, as he never really does. Next match, we'll move on. Next match is Mr. McMahon versus Zach Gowen. Everybody knows Zach Gowen. He was the kid with one leg. This was all just about telling the story of how McMahon's a big bully, and he took out Zach's other leg, then Zach took out his leg, and nothing really, it went for 14 minutes. It was boring. To be honest. They didn't need to give it anywhere near as much as that time, but they wanted to tell a story. They need to fill some time. They really could have put a segment in here somewhere, boosting someone's popularity, but lots of this stuff on this card is really, the stuff that is great. I'll talk about it at the end. Okay, so I gave that match a 2 stars. When Gowen went for a corkscrew moonsault off the top rope, and he missed it, and McMahon pinned him. Yeah, okay, so then we've got the main event of the night, which some people thinks a 3 stars. I like to think it's a 4 star, but here we go. It's a no DQ match for the World Heavyweight title. It was between Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, and The Big Show. There was some interesting stuff here. Brock hit a power bomb on the Big Show as he was going for a superplex or something. It was fucking awesome. Holy shit moment. No, I have never seen that done on the Big Show before. It was a lot of wrestling. Angle took out Big Show halfway through the match with an angle slam. He came back in, gave him another angle slam, and through it was good match. It was good watching it when it was Show and Brock or Brock and Angle. But it has its usual sort of triple threat things. How it was cliched finisher save, finisher save. But that's what you have in a triple threat. Personally, I love triple threats, and that's why I've given this a 4 stars. Angle got the win after he puts Angle put an ankle lock on Brock. Then he angle slams the Big Show, and then he angle slams Brock for the win. That was at 17.5 minutes. That was how it was. I gave that match a 4 stars. Some people have given it a 3. I've seen ratings that are 3.5, 3.75. I decided to give it a 4 because I personally very much enjoyed it. Now this pay-per-view, I felt that there were 3 really good matches, but there was really some really shit stuff. Zach Gowen McMahon, it went for way too long. Sable Stephanie, the APA Invitational, Billy Gunn, Jamie Noble. It wasn't fun to watch. It was really difficult to keep wanting to watch it. The Undertaker Cena match was you'd just seen the tag team championship. You'd seen the tag team championship match, which was awesome. Then you see Stephanie Sable, which was oh god, because you'd just seen an APA brawl. You'd just seen Jamie Noble. Those 2 matches were terrible. Then you see this great match. Then you get Taker Cena, where it was so boring through the middle of it. It just sort of puts you off. You see the end, and it's good. It was interesting. Then you get McMahon Gowen, which had a great story, but it was way too long. It didn't keep anyone interested. But then you had Brock Lesnar, and by this time you're bored. But it's still a good match. But you're not as interested because the rest of the thing's been boring. So overall, I gave the pay-per-view 7.25 because there's some good matches, but there's boring stuff through the middle. So guys, I'm on Swanton. Press the like button. Press the subscribe button. thank you guys, and don't forget to comment either.